Hey guys, how you doing? This is Kaylana, the Blessed Driver, and I'm on the road. I'm not actually working just yet. My Grubhub shift starts shortly, but I'm actually on my way home to go home and change and then head out. But I wanted to share with you guys real quick some of the things that will help you, I guess, when you're trying to start your business, and especially for those of you guys who are trying to veer off these platforms. The other day I did a live video on making moves, and once again I apologize if I was kind of like all over the place because I was on the highway and just like now I'm driving. But I wanted to share this with you because I just got off. I actually just got out of a meeting. I went to a SCORE meeting here in Orlando, and I'll actually leave the link below if you guys don't know a lot about SCORE, if you never heard of it. Most areas have one because I think they have like 300 or something chapters throughout the United States. And you can always go and visit and, you know, learn. And basically it's a nonprofit organization that helps people build their business and build their brand and things like that. It's very, very awesome. And so today was actually my first time going to one. I actually never been to a meeting or to any of their seminars or workshops, but it was awesome. And so it was really nice. And because I'm just trying to gather information. And so that's one thing I want to share with you guys real quick is if you are interested in starting a particular type of business of a particular genre or niche, you know, gathering information is great because it actually helps you learn what you want to do and also if you should do it. Because just because you're interested in something or if you gather information doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that you're going to actively engage in. For instance, if you're interested in a particular college or university, you know, or a job, you know, for instance, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to actually go to that college or go to that university. Most likely, you'll either visit the college or university, or you'll do the research, or you'll talk to the counselor or a recruiter or whatever, and then you'll decide to say, hey, you know, yes, this is where I want to go, get my education, or no, this is not what I want. Same goes for a job, right? And so I'm just gathering information because I think that when you gather information on something that you're interested in life in general, you'll be able to determine if this is for you, if this is something that you want to do. Is this going to be able to help you make ends meet? Is this something that's going to further your experience, your education? Is it going to be something that's going to help you gain income? You know, different things. And so I went this morning, I learned a whole lot about a particular industry that I'm interested in and things like that. And so I was able to take away some pretty good nuggets, and it helped me decide, okay, is this something that I still want to do? Because one thing that I learned today at the meeting was that one of the things that the guy said, and I have it here in my notes. Let me grab it for you, because it was like the last thing he said. It was like the very last thing he said. And I wrote it down. I made sure, because they give us like this big notebook and stuff, and it's really nice. Actually, that's not it. This is it. And it has tons of information in here, pamphlets and guides and flyers and stuff. But I also took notes in my notebook. And he said, sorry guys, I gotta say this to you. He said, avoid fads and get ahead of trends, because things that are trendy, things that are basically trends are things that are always progressing, always growing, because you can grow off of a trend, okay? And he said fads are just things that kind of come and go. And this is kind of like led me to think about the app-based gig community and how you see people coming and going on it, and also how there's some that last, like some of these app-based gigs that come and then they out of business in a few years, all right? And so he was saying that you want to make sure that your business isn't going to be a fad. You know, your brand isn't going to be a fad. It's not going to just kind of come and go with the wind, you know, and you want to make sure that it sustains itself and it kind of goes along with the trend of an industry or even an economy. And so with that being said, you know, that's why I was going in such detail about how to start your own app-based gig or how to start your own, you know, whatever business and stuff, because people often want me to give them the information and like they can just jump into it without actually doing your due diligence. And now I'm seeing why I was trying to tell you guys that, and I apologize I haven't done any recent videos about that, but I will soon, I promise. And so, you know, with this is learning and growing, and especially being an entrepreneur, you don't want to just jump into something just because you see that it's something that, you know, popular, because you might find out that starting a particular business, it entails a lot of work, a lot of legwork, a lot of detail. You got to put up money. things have to go into it. And you can't just hire people and let them do all your work, because you being an entrepreneur, you being a CEO, you are a leader. Like, people are looking not only at your business or your brand or what you're doing, but they're looking at you. And so this just gave me some great insight. And even as I was sitting there, I asked a question to the guy that was speaking. And there was, I was sitting next to two people that were actually two mentors, and who actually are part of business. They're part of the SCORE, I guess, nonprofit organization or whatever. And they were like, I guess one lady was over marketing, and one guy was over something else. Basically, like, their mentors there. And I wasn't even paying attention to that. And I asked a question to the guy, and the lady that was sitting next to me, she actually was Googling questions as I was asking the guy. And after he got done explaining to me, because he wasn't really sure about something, she comes up to me and she just stands up. She comes behind me, whispers, "Oh yeah, this is how you do this." And I was so impressed by that, because I was like, wow, you know, because there are some things even here in Orlando that I'm interested in doing, that I'm trying to work on behind the scenes. And especially when you are in a particular industry or a, you know, genre of business, you got some people that may either try to copy off you, that they may try to do what you want to do, you know, and that's what the guy was saying today. Like, you know, sometimes you might have a great idea, but then a person may come in and try to sprinkle like a little salt and then change the recipe, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's something new. Because people try to copy, they mimic. And just like, for instance, Uber, you know, then all of a sudden here comes Lyft. I think Uber and Lyft came out around the same time. And then there's Juno, and then, I mean, then there's other like rideshare companies that came after that. But right now, the top dog right now is Lyft and Uber. Not to say that other rideshare companies won't come forth from that, but even if you have grocery delivery's been around for centuries, y'all. So I don't know why they acting like it's new, but it's not. For instance, but now, right now, the hot trend is Instacart, but then there's Shipt, okay. And now there's others, but there are other grocery delivery companies that has been around for years, way before they even came out, right? So you're gonna always have companies that are gonna be similar to yours, and but that's just part of business, and so you kind of have to kind of expect competition. But I just want to share with y'all like how I went this morning. It was really, really nice. It was really good. It was like an hour and a half. Lots of questions were being asked. I know I asked some questions and stuff, and so, you know, there's, like I said, there's a good idea and there's a God idea. So just because something is a good idea to me and something that I want to do does not necessarily mean that it's in my cards to do. And the guy was saying that for this particular industry that I was looking into, and he was just saying like how, you know, everybody is not ordained to be in this particular industry. You know, some people just aren't called to be into it. And so, but that's why I like to gather information. So I had to sacrifice sleep. And I wanted to sleep in this morning. I was thinking, you know what, I'll just go to the next one. But something in me just said, you know, you need to go. And I woke up early and I got there by 8, and it was great. And I learned so much. I took away more stuff than I probably should have, but like they gave out stuff, you know, and they have tons of workshops. If you guys have a SCORE in your area, go. Like, I'm going to leave a link below. I think it's score.org. Yeah, it's www.score.org. Go on the website and look and see if there's a SCORE in your area, because it's helped me a lot. Like, because one thing I've learned, that even having a business, you need to plan it. And even if you're a blogger, and that'll be something I'll talk about later. So remind me, y'all, that even starting a blog, you need to plan a blog. Just like having like a business plan, you need to plan out your blog. Like, you know, what you're going to talk about, how often are you going to blog, and things like that. So with that being said, I hope this helped y'all. And so just take the initiative to learn, you know, because the workshop was free. They have free seminars, they have free workshops. Some are paid and some are free, depending on what kind of class you want to take. And so but this is one of the great benefits about being on the app-based gig platform, is that you can get on and get off when you want, and you can actually schedule around your own time to take care of what you need to take care of. And part of what I'm doing as a business owner and a future business owner of other enterprises is that I'm learning, and I have to educate myself on some stuff, because there's some things that you can only learn so much about Googling or you looking on the internet. But you actually need to do the legwork and get out there and be part of a community. And having a business, and even if you're an introvert like myself, you know, you have to interact with people. You have to go take classes. You have to take notes. You have to go and do something. And so everything is not going to fall into your lap. And it's good to get on these YouTube channels, because I get on YouTube all the time and learn stuff. But you need to do some other stuff. So with that being said, y'all, I'm learning. And so, and also one thing I want to share before I let you go, sometimes when people are in a particular industry and they see that you're doing something very similar, even though that they were there first, they might not want to help you. And that's something, or they may be part of a certain clique. And there's a lot of that here in Orlando, and I'm sure there's probably anywhere. You know, if you don't fit inside their mold, or maybe you don't have that same type of personality as they do, or whatever it is, like, you know, they might not want to help you, or they may try to seclude you from different outings, or who cares? My thing is, you know, there's some information that should have been shared with me, well, that could have been shared with me rather. And because these people are in a particular clique, in a particular type of industry here in Orlando, they might not want to help, and some people didn't. You know, and they want to be in like their little clique. That's cool, but I'm not going to get mad about that, because I was blessed and I got an email the other day from SCORE, and it popped up, said, hey, you know, we have a seminar on this day, this morning, for this industry. I was like, oh, okay. And it was free. And so the information that the other people didn't give me because they want to be petty, I got it anyway. But I got it in a more professional way, because this is from a nonprofit organization that's going to actually help me. I can sit down with a mentor and talk with somebody, and, you know, and see, okay, is this going to be the right fit? How am I going to make this work? What are the procedures, the licenses, and the, you know, the legalities that I have to take care of before I launch? You know, just different things. And so God did it anyway. So I want to share that with y'all. So even if people want to block you, they might not want to include you in nothing. You know, you might seem like the black sheep, or you might not have enough money, or you might not have things that they may have. Don't worry about all that, because what you do is going to be unique. And so whatever you have on the inside of you, it may separate yourself from everybody else. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to be better than them, or you know, that you're just this weird person. But, you know, sometimes people may see greatness even before you do. And make sure that you see greatness in yourself, and don't let nobody make you feel inferior because, you know, you're not part of their clique, you know, you're not part of their social status or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And even on these app-based gigs, the same thing. People, you know, like, they like to brag about them making thousands and thousands of dollars and trying to make people feel bad. But you know what? That's them. So you do you make your money. You know, when you're trying to launch your own business, and, you know, go do your due diligence. And even if you don't have a SCORE in your area, just find places, like, even like go to the website like Meetup. I think it's called Meetup. You know, you can always download the app, and even Eventbrite. Like, there's so many events and things that are happening. So just make sure you do your work, y'all, and don't try to have everybody do it for you, because sometimes you may have that challenge where people may not want to help you. And even if they don't, you know, I'll just pray that God will bless you with it, because like I did, the email just popped up, and I was thinking, how am I going to be able to do this? Boom. So, you know, don't make a big deal if folks don't want to lend a helping hand, because some people aren't going to be like that, and so everybody isn't as generous, and so don't be offended at it either. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Once again, it's score.org, and there's other organizations out there. I'm sure maybe you're a local I don't know, what do you call it, not Better Business, but it's like your local, I think, a small business office, or even Chamber of Congress might be able to help you. Chamber of Congress, yeah, that might be able to help you. Chamber of Commerce, sorry. Sorry about that. It's Chamber of Commerce. Commerce. Yeah, they have those almost in every city. And so just check within your city and with your region to see what your local Chamber of Commerce offers. And they always have like events and, you know, meetings and things, how you can grow and better your business, and how you can, you know, attract clients and customers, and how you can make sure that you're following the necessary procedures as far as taxes and licensing, and, you know, what your state will and won't allow. And even if you have an e-commerce business, that's cool. So anyway, it's been almost 15 minutes. I gotta bounce, y'all. God bless you. Peace.